Yo, yo, what's poppin'? It's V.EDO, baby, and I went rolling out Star Studio.
All right, how you doing today?
I'm blessed. I'm good. I'm happy to be here. How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. We're excited to have you here. V.EDO is in the building, y'all, for
Absolutely.
our Star Studio conversation here at Rolling Out. I guess just, tell us what's been going on. You're on this Mood Swings tour.
Yeah.
How are you feeling at this moment, just putting out your music?
Oh, man, I feel amazing. We're actually getting ready to ramp up a second leg of the tour, which is exciting. People demanded a second leg because I missed some of the cities, but I feel good. I just shot a new music video for the new single that's dropping, a project of my 7th album I'm dropping soon.
Okay.
So that's been in the works. We've been, the team and I, myself, just been working hard, grinding, nonstop. Just a bunch of stuff, man. I'm just blessed to still be working after all these years.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know one of my favorites is You Got It.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you also have this really cool dope song, Intentional.
Yeah.
That's out, and it's geared towards your fiance.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you as the R&B singer. I guess, how do you kind of get into that emotional space to be vulnerable in your music?
I'm always emotional. I mean, it just started there. It's like, it's always something to talk about. I've always been a vulnerable person. It's just that, in some cases I've been a little more vulnerable than I should have been, but that's just character building and shaping. But for me, man, I just go back to the roots. I go back to what makes me happy, what keeps me calm, what makes me smile, and that's of course family. Just being at peace with, being at home, just relaxing, being with people I love and care about. So that's really what gets me into the element of just being vulnerable and emotional, just being able to go back to where it all started.
Okay, so can you tell us what inspired the song Intentional? I know your fiance had a lot to do with it.
I was crazy. I wrote the song because the word intentional had been on my heart and on my mind for a while. And I wrote the song at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got the beat, my homie Camper, DJ Camper, sent me the track, and I was like, yeah, this is an amazing track. And the words just started coming to me. So at 3 in the morning, I went upstairs in my home studio and I just started recording, freestyling, and the song was done in like 45 minutes. But it just came to me because the word intentional means so much. I think that a lot of people don't move with intentions. I mean, I think they move with intentions, but some of them are bad, some of them are good, whatever the case may be. But I think in life, you should always move with intention to excel forward and to be better and be great. And I just sat back and thought, like, the person that I'm with, my fiance, this was intentional, because when we met, I knew off the bat I was gonna marry her. People I feel like people know if you gonna marry somebody pretty quickly. It's just about how long are you gonna sit back and play this game, like, all right, let me see how long I can drag it out. So it was intentional. It was intentional to make her a mom. It was intentional to bring her along this journey because I felt that she was very intentional in everything she did for me when we met. I don't think it was fake. I don't think it was fabricated. I think it was intentional. I think it was heartfelt, and that's the way I've been, not just in my relationship, but in business and relationships with friends. It's intentional if I have you around me. It's not by mistake. It's not by chance. It's intentional.
I love that. Wow, that's amazing. Well, I want to talk a little bit about that, relationships, and then we'll definitely get more into, R&B, the music, all that. But I like that you said that. Like, you kind of, when you meet someone, right away.
Yeah,
So I guess, what are the signs that people can look out for when they know that someone is true for them, or they just playing, or is there like a way to tell?
I mean, well, I would say for me, it was more so like I asked myself the question, why? Why is this person doing this? Like, why is this person, still here even after I haven't made any effort to really lock her down? Why is she still here? I didn't have any money. I mean, I didn't have really anything, like nothing real to offer. And I think the question why just boils down to, like, she really loved me. And I think that was it for me. Like, you loving me was enough. You didn't have to give me anything. You didn't have to do anything, because a lot of people, like, if you got somebody that truly love you, that's a blessing. Some people love under conditions, and some people love unconditionally. And I felt like she was one of the ones, aside from my mom, rest in peace, that showed that unconditional love, because I had nothing to offer at first.
I feel you. Okay. Well, I want to talk, of course, music, right? Mm-hmm. So I know you talked about like your, you know, how you get vulnerable and kind of tap into that space, but talk about your creative process. Like, do you kind of write before you get to the studio, or it's like the studios where everything kind of goes down?
Writing is an everyday, all day thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think, for me, I don't even use pen and paper. I mostly just freestyle. I might jot down some stuff in my notes, but the writing process starts from the moment I wake up to the moment I close my eyes, and even sometimes I'm dreaming of writing. So I think that's my whole process. It starts from my waking hour. It's the creative process, and whatever happens, whatever comes to my mind, comes to my mental. That's why I've invested in a home studio, so I don't have to wait and forget. I end up forgetting, so I just run to the studio and lay it down.
I like that a lot. Well, let's talk about contemporary R&B. What are your thoughts about the current, I guess, that genre right now? Are you liking what you hear?
I am. I think that the whole conversation of R&B is dead kind of sparked a healthy conversation. It sparked a true like uproar of like, okay, now let me really show y'all that it ain't dead. However, I still feel that people are still stuck in that, you know, I guess, what do you want to call it, old school R&B, which is fine. And like I say this all the time, you know, the older people, just give R&B a chance to evolve, just like you've done every other genre of music. You know, of course, you know, when you hear certain songs, it's gonna bring back that nostalgic feeling of how you were in your heyday, and when you had that thing thangin'. But you know, things change. You know, things change, music change, people change. So I think it's fair to say to not, you know, you don't look at the rap music now and think you're gonna get you know, a Run DMC type of feel. It's just not gonna work. It just doesn't happen now. It's 2023, and I feel the same with R&B. You know, people, we're still in love. We still can exude love. I think we just explain it a different way. You've seen generations come and go, like, and everything is different each generation. So please don't put us in that box of forever trying to stay the same. Let us evolve as well.
I like that a lot. Well, how do you feel like your music is adding to that space?
I love it. I mean, I think that it's vulnerable. Like a lot of people say that R&B is missing love and missing vulnerability. My music is full of that. So I think that I'm holding down that aspect of actual singing about, you know, love and positive relationship, positive reinforcement on, you know, just finding someone, finding your person, and living in your truth. And like I said, at the end of the day, man, we're all human, and we all feel love, we feel happiness, we feel sadness, and I think that's what my music brings. And we're gonna have some fun too. You know, we're gonna get sexy with it, but we also, ultimately, the whole objective is love.
I love that. Well, I also want to take it a little bit back before maybe the music career, right? Is there something maybe in your childhood, or just something that along your journey kind of inspires you to keep creating and keep staying in this industry? Like, when did you know this was like for you?
I mean, I knew when I was young, like 8, 9, 10 years old. I knew this is what I wanted to do. I wrote my first song at 12, but I would say, I mean, I just had a love for music always. I think for me, coming up as a child, it wasn't the easiest, but music was always my escape. So that was one thing that I could go listen to. I can go listen to some music or write some music or do anything and just forget about all the bad that's going on in my life and around me, things like that. So music was always therapy for me.
Okay. Well, okay. So you got it, right? Of course, that was still popping, but right. But how do you feel like you evolved as an artist from that time?
Oh man, I take my time now. I listen to myself and my gut, what I feel. The music that I put out now is truly the music that I want to do. Because You Got It was something I truly wanted to do. I wanted to create a record that was more of an anthem. It was more like, hey, listen, if nobody else tell you, I'm proud of you. You know, I think that was a record that I wanted to do. I just didn't know it was going to reach all these millions and millions of people. So, and it goes to intentional. Like every record that I've been releasing since then, and a little further before that, all those records were intentional. I intended to release these type of records because I don't believe in trying to sway to what I think the audience wants to hear from me. Because I've learned that when you speak truthfully, it'll break through, and eventually, if they don't understand, they will.
Okay. Well, to that point, what do you want fans to take away when they listen to your music? What do you want them to feel?
You know, just feel a breath of fresh air. Just feel loved on. You know, feel appreciated. Like I said before, like a lot of people, we don't have, you know, people to tell us that they're proud of us or that you're doing a good job. You just kind of do it and, you know, pat yourself on the back, which, you know, in some cases is enough, but, you know, that reinforcement of somebody letting you know that you're doing good, I'm proud of you, is very important. And I think that's what music does for people.
I love it. And you've also collaborated with some other artists.
Yeah.
I guess tell us one of your favorite collaborations and, you know.
Well, I would say Chris Brown, for sure. Definitely. The boy Breezy. Definitely. that was a bucket list thing for me. Granted, I've written some records for him, so it was timing. Yeah, that was fun. It was hard to get him on the song because he always busy and moving. It's like he may do it and he may not. He say he gonna do it, and it's like, all right, cool, whatever. And he came through, man, and that just shows the impact that I've had over the years in the industry for people like that, who I would say, you know, living legend, to come and say, hey, listen, I respect you enough to give you a verse. So I like that.
Love it. Any collaborations you definitely want to make happen in the near future?
I don't know, man. I think I just want to work. There's no collabs that's really sticking out to me. Of course, who wouldn't want to do, you know, work with a Beyonce? I mean, obviously, but I think I just want to work with great artists. It ain't necessarily got to be no, you know, A-list artists. It can be anybody that's really on the rise and the come up like myself once was, and I still am. Just want to, you know, give back that knowledge and that experience to anybody who's willing to receive it.
I love it. Well, you're also a singer-songwriter. Obviously, we've already talked about how you kind of, you know, I guess put the words to the paper, right? But as a singer, you know, that's kind of controversial right now because you got those real singers and you got those studio singers. So how do you feel like you are just showing real raw talent?
You know, anybody that's been following my campaign, they know, like, I've been doing all that, hooping and hollering, screaming, falsetto notes. We do that, all right? I think now for me more so, it's not to make you believe that I can sing, but it's to make you believe in what I'm singing. So that's very, very important too, that artists have to understand. That's why you have artists that are absolutely amazing vocalists, but you know, they're just good singers. You know, you have to be a storyteller. You have to be able to make people believe in what you're saying.
I'm so glad you touched on that, because what is the difference between an artist? You know, because it's hard to put your work out there, you know. So what is the difference between talent and then someone that can like showcase their talent and be the star?
The difference is preparation, hard work. That's why people always say hard work beats talent. You got people who really wake up and study making people believe what they say. Like that's a skill to wake up and say, hey, I want to be so good at this that you're gonna believe what I'm saying. You know, the talent is there. You got the talent. Now it's time for you to hone into the mental aspect of it. How can you connect people? How can you connect with people through your music? And I think the only way is to sing the truth. You know, sing what you're true to. Like, and nobody. If you can make people believe a lie, but then you got to keep lying. You know, it's like if you in your music saying you kill people, I would have said you kill somebody. And I'm probably gonna go to prison, but you said you kill people. So it's like, you know, I think that you just gotta live what you sing about. And so the difference is just hard work. The talent is there, you gotta put the work in still.
I feel it. Well, we only got a couple more minutes with you, but let's get to know you a little bit on a deeper level. I heard you was out yesterday, so tell us what does a fun night out look like for you?
Oh man, with the homies, kicking it, you know, talking shit, joning. I'm a real simple guy, man. I don't really, if I'm not with my daughter or my fiance, we just kicking it. We, you know, taking shots, smoke a little hookah here and there. Simple. It's simple. It's not too much. Not too many layers. Unless we go out of town somewhere, then it's up. It's like ain't nobody going to sleep. You partying, stumbling back to the crib, waking up in the morning, doing it all over again. So.
Yeah. I love it. What's the greatest part of fatherhood?
The greatest part of fatherhood is, for me, is just kind of like hearing that little voice in the morning, you know. And it ain't even little no more because she's loud. But yeah, it's just waking up and hearing that little voice in the morning. It's like, okay, cool. I got to get up and get to it because she's depending on me. So that's the best part. It's a new motivation to get up and get it. You know, it's still, the motivation is still money, and you know, being able to do what you want to do. But that's a new motivation.
I love it. 5 years from now, where do you see your career? Where do you want to be as V.EDO the singer?
Grammy winning.
Okay.
You know, Billboard topping everything, millions and millions, more albums and more singles sold. But in 5 years, I want to have established some longevity in the game to where, you know, if I decide to retire at 45 or 50, you know, my music will live for another 50 to 75, 100 years. It's gonna take a little more time, a little more work to put in, but I think that's where I want to be at.
I love it. Well, could you give us a little bit? You got a choice. You could sing the lyrics, or you could just say the lyrics, whatever you want to do. But intentional. You want to hear a little bit, a little snippet. You don't mind.
Put me on the spot.
It's up to you.
What is it? How I go? Everything I do comes natural, so girl, you know it's true. See, you won't have to fight for my time. It's yours. Something like that. Yeah. So,
okay. All right now.
Yeah. So Intentional is a record. Listen to it. I think that, you know, when you listen to it, I think you'll have a new sense of what it means to be intentional, and not just in love. Be intentional at work. Be intentional with your friendships. Be intentional in what you believe in. Always move with good intentions.
I love it. Well,
bad things will happen, but move with good intentions.
Push forward. We pushing forward. I love it. Well, thank you so much, V.EDO, for stopping by.
You know the vibes?
Rolling Out Star Studio. We are so grateful to have you here.
Thank you, baby.
Of course. We're rolling out.